Wow, 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 wow. Complete different second half to what it was in the first half. Bro, if you told me, would I have expected us to perform the way we did in the second half to what I saw in the first half, I would have called you crazy. But Real Madrid finally win the first game of the season, 3-0 at home to Real Valladolid. A lot to talk about, especially that first half, especially that second half, because for me, that second half display was one of the best displays that we've put in this whole season so far, the first 3 games. Before I go any further, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and comment your own thoughts and whether you agree or disagree with what I'm about to say. Also, I did a watch along for the game. If you guys want me to do more watch alongs for Real Madrid games, put down in the comments as well. I don't mind doing it. A lot of you guys were there. Over 600 people was there. The whole stream average over 600 people. At one point, it reached over 1,000 people, which is crazy. But yeah, if you guys want me to do more watch alongs, put down in the comments. I'm more than happy to do it. But guys, the first thing that we learned, that first half display, honestly, for me, it was disgraceful, disgusting, pathetic. That's no words can describe how bad that was, that first half. There was no desire. There was no movement. That's the most important word. That's the key word of the video. Movement. There was no movement from anyone up top or in the midfield in the first half. Because the first half, we lacked urgency. We lacked creativity. We lacked someone who was willing to create space for each other. It just felt everyone was just selfish. Everyone just demanding the ball. Everyone was happy to maybe go on the left-hand side, go on the left, drop deep to collect the pass. No one was willing to create space for each other. Bro, literally the first 30, 40, 50 minutes, bro. Literally the whole half. Mbappe was on the left. Vinny was on the left. Rodrigo was on the left. Again, the same issues that we had in the last game against Mallorca. I have got no problem with people going on the left. If you want to go on the left, that's fine. I'm happy for you to go on the left. My problem is, if you want to go on the left, you should have the basic understanding, the basic IQ. If you go on the left as well, and another person goes on the left, you're going into crowded area and into crowded spaces, and of course you're going to drag your man alongside with you. You're going to make it difficult for you to pretty much leave that space and build up from the space. However, if you create the space, if you make the movement, if you overlap, if you take your man and go inside the box, if you take your man and move and go centrally, then Vinny's going to have literally a chance of going 1-against-1. Vinny wasn't double team, triple team this game. The reason why it looked like it is because Mbappe was dragging his man with him. Rodrigo was dragging man his with him. There were so many times in the first half that we were just going into crowded areas, into crowded space, and no one was willing to make the off-the-ball movement. Simple movement. It's called simple IQ. It's called simple understanding. Why are you running into crowded areas and crowded space? It's just selfish. I know you want the ball. I know you demand the ball. But if you create this space, and if you take your man away from you, the ball will eventually come to you. Let the ball come to you naturally. That's the first thing that we learned, because the first half, bro, it was bad. It was so bad, that first half. The second half, though, that's the second thing that we learned. The second half, it was much better. Complete different situation. We finally saw movement, and it started with literally the first second, the first 30 seconds, we had our best chance in the whole game, where Arda Güler was finally making the runs as well, was going in behind the defense, and Arda Güler had a shot which got deflected and it got into the corner. We got the movement, and Mbappe then had a chance straight after. We finally was moving around, everyone was making the movement, and that's how, of course, pretty much the second goal and the third goal came from. But of course, the first goal came from Fede Valverde. Like, what more can we say about how important he's been? I even said it in my video where I was predicting every single Real Madrid stats for this season. I basically said Fede was going to hit double digits goals for this season. And I mean, you're seeing it. 3 games in, 2 goals. That's how important he is to the system. And in the watch along, a couple people in the comments after the first half said Fede is not good, Fede is not creative, take Fede out. Are you stupid? Are you crazy? Fede is our most important midfielder. Why would you take him out? Our problem the first time was system. Our problem the first time was just players not making the space for each other. The second half was a completely different situation. Mbappe was moving around, was moving the right-hand side in the middle. Rodrigo stayed on the right-hand side. Vinny was moving around. The second half, for me, it was the best display so far. We've played 3 official games. Atalanta, 2 halves. Mallorca, 2 halves. And, of course, this game, 2 halves. Out of the 3 games, which equals to 6 halves, the second half was the best display we've had, the best half we've had throughout the season. Because we saw the chemistry, we saw the passages of plays, we saw the movement, we saw the build-up, in my opinion. It was exceptional in that second half. Exceptional. The third thing that we learned was Militao. He's back. He is back. No talks about getting a centre-back. That's why Carlo said nah. Perez said nah. Like, we don't want a centre-back. We don't need a centre-back. Maybe we need a centre-back. Maybe we need someone to just as a backup. But we don't need a starter because Militao is back. ACL last season, I came back sluggish. I came back a bit rusty. I had the Copa America, which was decent. I had the preseason. And now I'm back to what I know. What a performance today. Exceptional defending, movement, reading of the game, reading pressure. Understanding where that was only maybe in the full 90 minutes, there was only one lack of communication between Militao and Rudiger. That came in the second half when we were 1-0 up, when the pass was made between the two, and it was a 1-on-1. But the good thing about it, yes, it was a 1-on-1, but Militao basically closed the gap as well. He was making it very difficult. That's why he took the shot. Rather than taking a shot with an easy shot, he took it with his outside the foot. I think it's Silla. I think that was the guy from Real Valladolid. But that was Militao basically applying pressure to the striker. But other than that, other than this little maybe lack of communication, the full 90 minutes was exceptional defending and exceptional communication. And the pass as well. That's what Militao has in his locker. That's what Militao has in his bags. He can find spaces out of nowhere. He can pick up the pass, the switches, an exceptional assist to Brahim Diaz. What a pass to Brahim Diaz. And of course, we scored the second goal, which it got a bit nervy. I can't lie. It did get a bit nervy. I was worried that maybe it was 1-0 up. It was going to be another situation as Mallorca. 1-0 up, and then they get a corner, boom, 1-1, and the game changes. But we managed to stay strong, defending well, and we got, of course, the second goal, and of course, we got the third goal. But Militao, for me, the best 2 players the whole game. Well, I'll give my ratings afterwards. The 4 things that we learned is Fran Garcia is ready to make himself known and is ready to start for Real Madrid. I was very worried about Fran Garcia heading into the season because I felt like last season he didn't take a lot of advantage, and the preseason he wasn't the best as well. So I was worried that, hey, maybe he's going to be pushed away, maybe we're going to loan him out, and then maybe sell him when we potentially get Alphonso Davies. He got his chance today, but of course, Mendy got suspended, and he took his chance. He took it, he grabbed it, and he ran with it. The first half, we were absolutely pathetic, but he was our best player in the first half. Defending very well. The second half, again, reading the pressure. Reading well. Very good positioning defensively. Very good awareness defensively when he knows he checks his shoulder when there's a man behind him. Going forward, he was making overlaps run. He was making the crosses. He was sometimes inverting the midfield as well. I was very happy with this display. In my opinion, one of the best players on the pitch as well. One of our best players. And I hope he maintains this moving forward. Because if we have him doing this, and if we have Ferdinand Mendy doing what Ferdinand Mendy is very best at, then we don't need Alphonso Davies, if you think about it. So I was very happy with this performance. That was the 4th thing that we learned. The 5th things that we learned is the communication between Vinny and Mbappe is getting, in the second half, it got better. But I need more of that. I can't rely on it to happen 20 minutes every 90 minutes or 30 minutes every 90 minutes. We can't have that. We can't afford it, especially for our season. Like, we need each person to be on 100% zoned in every single game. We can't. This team has got so much talent, so much ability. It just comes down to Carlo Ancelotti managing and finding a way for him to basically solve it. Because we do need Carlo Ancelotti this season to bro, we need tactics now. Because last season, if you guys remember last season, the first 2-3 months of last season, we didn't play amazing. We didn't play great. Go back to the last season. Bro, August, September and October of last season. 3 months, we scored over 8 goals in the 90 minutes. We just relied on individual brilliance last season. The moment where we played very well last season is when Vinny came back from injury, from Jan to pretty much May, where we looked as a team. Carlos' system was working perfectly. Diamond formation, Vinny now, Rodrigo rotating between around, Fede and Cruz, because from Jan and August, it was Cruz's system. Cruz was dictating everything. There, we had a system in place. We had an idea in place. Now, we don't have a system. Now, we're just relying on individual brilliance. But now, this time around, Carlo can't rely and wait till August and to Jan and February. We need to solve this ASAP. We need to solve it right now. And it starts with Vinny and Mbappe because they are two of our main players. They need to understand each other. There was a moment of the game where they were talking to each other in the first half because the first half was so bad. They were talking to each other, trying to understand where each person moving. They need to do more of that. They need to talk on the pitch, bro. When I'm going on the left-hand side, don't come with me. Stay inside the box. Because the first half, the two centre-backs of Real Valladolid, they had it so easy because there was no one moving inside the box. They were smiling in the first half. The second half was different because they had to rotate. They had to get dragged around. Mbappe was making movement. All the good was making movement. That's what I want them to do, bro. Off-the-ball movement is key. There is one ball and there's 11 players. So clearly, you're not going to have the ball for 90 minutes straight. So when you don't have the ball, make the separation for your teammate. And when you do that, the second half, the space will come to you. The chance that Mbappe came, it will come to you. Mbappe in the first half had 0 chances. Well, if you want to consider the Rudiger pass, I don't consider that a chance. That was just less than a half a chance. The second half, he had 3 chances, which he should have scored at least one of them. Especially that Vinny Trivela pass. He should have done better. That's no need for the flick. Other than that, like I said, I'm very happy with how the second half did. Very happy with how we managed the second half and how we played the second half. And I hope we see more of that moving forward. Of course, Jude Bellingham is injured. He's going to be out for a month, which means, hey, Brahim Diaz did come on. And he looked amazing in the second half. He looked very good in the second half. Rodrigo, so far, this game wasn't the best of Rodrigo's. I'll give you my ratings. It starts with Thibaut. Thibaut deserves from 1 to 10. By the way, don't look at Service School. Don't look at FootMob. Come to my ratings. I'll give you the best and the most honest and the unbiased ratings. Thibaut Courtois gets a 7 out of 10. He didn't have too much, but when he was relied on, he made some good saves. That was what the first half he was sloppy as all this passing. Very sloppy with this passing in the first half. But then again, Mbappe's chance came from Thibaut, where he collected it from a corner and boom, long pass to Vinny over the top, and that's where the chance came from. But 7 out of 10 from Thibaut. Fran Garcia deserves 8 out of 10. Exceptional performance in my opinion. Actually, no, 8.5 out of 10 for Fran Garcia. Exceptional performance throughout the whole 90 minutes. Very solid, very, very good defensively, and very good going forward when we needed him as well. On the right-hand side, Dani Carvajal, he gets a 7.5. Very good as well. Intercepted a couple of passing movements. He was maybe in the first half and the second half was caught out of possession, and he wasn't nowhere to be seen. Like Real Valladolid had a great chance in the second half where Vinny got caught out of possession. The pass got made, and literally Moro could have scored it. To be fair, could have taken an extra touch and then of course laid off, but he took it first time, went over the bar. But then again, Dani Carvajal was nowhere to be seen. So Dani Carvajal gets 7.5 out of 10. Militao 9, exceptional display. Rudiger next to him gets 8. So the back line, in my opinion, was Militao and then Fran Garcia. Tchouaméni, he was solid. Nothing special, but again, it's Tchouaméni. He was doing the behind the scenes. Tchouaméni, I'll give him a 7 as well. 7 out of 10. Very solid display. Nothing crazy. Nothing spectacular. Just off the ball, making the space, the behind the scenes, intercepting when needed to, and passing when needed to as well. Fede, for me, player of the game, in my opinion. 9.5 out of 10. What a display. Going forward, defending. Him, the first half, intercepted a couple passes. In the second half, he was all over the pitch, bro. Like, at one point, I saw him on the right wing. At one point, I saw him as a centre-back. At one point, I saw him on the left wing. The free kick was well taken. Yes, he got a small deflection, but well taken free kick. In my opinion, he was our best player on the pitch. Going forward, defending, creating, doing the behind the scenes, doing the dog work, creating. Like, bro, a lot of talks has been about where this midfield can be and whether we're going to miss Toni Kroos. We're looking at Toni Kroos. He is the successor. He might not be the profile. You don't need to be the profile of someone to succeed him. He's not the natural replacement. He's not a replacement. He's a successor. A replacement has to be someone that you have to be quite similar to the profile. A successor just means you can play that position but differently, but still step up and contribute. And that's what Fede is. He is the successor. Arda Güler, I'll give him a 7. First half, we didn't see a lot of him. Only towards the end of the first half where he was moving on the right-hand side. Other than that, the second half, before he got taken off, he started the second half very well because he was moving on the right-hand side, he was making the movements. He should have scored, to be fair. That was a great chance where he should have scored. I will give Arda Güler a 7 as well. 6.5. I'll give Arda Güler 7. I'll give him 7.5. If Tremendi got 7, I think Arda Güler... Actually, no. 6.5 because the first half it was we didn't see him. Vinny, he had moments of brilliance, but other than that, he didn't do anything special. I'll give Vinny 6. For me, Vinny gets a 6. Rodrigo gets his 5.5. We didn't see a lot. And Mbappe again. Mbappe gets I think Vinny was our best attacker. So Vinny gets a 6, and Mbappe and Rodrigo both get 5.5. Again, like not moving where they needed to be, and they played better in the second half, but it wasn't enough. But most importantly, we got the 3 points. 4 points now out of 6. Hopefully now the midweek game where we can again maintain the level and play a bit better. But guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Put down in the comments what you think about the game. And like I said, if you want me to do more watch-alongs, just let me know. I'll see you soon. Peace.